Happy Easter, YouTubers! This is Chidi1989, and welcome to my own miniature version of The Passion of Christ, which tells the story of Jesus' last few moments on earth before he was betrayed, crucified, died, and rose again from the dead. Now, with these little sets that I made, I actually used plasticine, newspapers, PVA glue, and paint in order to carefully hand sculpt these little figures that you see here. And I just use a bit of cardboard as a little display stand under each and every one of them. Now, it all starts on Palm Sunday. As you can see here, Jesus is here riding on a donkey into Jerusalem, and he is greeted by the crowd waving palm branches, and also people also threw their cloaks and stuff along the ground to pave the way for Jesus. Now, at the time, the religious leaders weren't really happy. They actually grumbled, and Jesus said to them that even if the crowds were to stop cheering, the very stones would cry out. And I think what he meant by that even if the crowds were not to cheer, the whole of creation itself would cheer. I'm not sure if that's a right answer, but that's pretty much my own understanding on that. No close up on the people and the palm branches on the donkey. And after that, Jesus is here, and he's gathered with the 12 disciples at the Last Supper, and this is when he distributes the bread and wine, the bread representing Jesus' body and the wine representing Jesus' blood. And that's why we take communion, in order to that's why we're sharing communion, for the bread and the wine to remember Jesus by. And not sure if you can actually tell which one Judas is, as well as who the other 12 disciples are. And after that, Jesus, being the servant king that he's described as, took one of his disciples and washed his disciples' feet, and he did that to all of his disciples, but I just thought I'll make one disciple and Jesus washing one of his disciples' feet. So that's Jesus, the servant king. And after that, Jesus went off into the Garden of Gethsemane to pray, because he knew that the hour was coming when he would be betrayed by Judas and he would be taken to the authorities. Got Jesus here praying. I've got 2 Roman soldiers who are about to arrest him for crimes which he didn't commit. And here we have Jesus before Pontius Pilate and the crowd calling for Jesus' execution. And Pilate, he was going to let Jesus go, but being the weak leader that he was at the time, he gave in to the crowd who were actually calling for Jesus' death. And so Pilate ordered for Jesus to be taken away, beaten, and crucified. And here is Jesus on the cross, crucified. And I've got a Roman soldier here. And the Roman soldier pierced Jesus' side with the spear, and it was after that the Roman centurion realized that truly this was the Son of God that they had just crucified. It's a little bit of detail again on the crown of thorns, the nails, and then after that Jesus was taken down off the cross and was laid to rest in the tomb. And then 3 days later, Mary Magdalene and Jesus' mother Mary, see their faces, they actually went to the tomb to anoint Jesus' body with spices and ointments. But then when they arrived at the tomb, they found the stone was rolled away. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and he said to them, "Why are you here? Jesus isn't here. He has risen and has gone forth before you." And as you can probably tell, Jesus' mother was happy, but also afraid. Mary Magdalene here, astonished, because they pretty much couldn't believe it, that Jesus had possibly risen from the dead. I mean, was it possible? They saw him die on the cross. But as we all know, Jesus has risen from the dead. And here he is standing in victory. And you can see where the nails were in his hands and his feet. And this is before Jesus ascends into heaven and sits at the right hand of the Father, where he is now, and one day he will return to judge the living and the dead. And this is a view of the whole set here. So this pretty much shows Jesus actually passing through death and is now raised to life, as we know him to be today. And this is pretty much it. This is the whole Easter story. And also at this time of year in Easter, we normally give out chocolate eggs to our friends and families. And there's also this thing about the Easter bunny. Now, first of all, the whole reason with the eggs is that the Easter egg is meant to represent new life being born. And as for the Easter bunny, well, let's just say that rabbits breed a lot. So I think the Easter bunny or the rabbits are meant to represent, I think, like God saying, be fruitful and multiply, and that's what rabbits pretty much do. But yeah, this is the whole Easter story. I hope you all enjoy that. So rate, comment, and subscribe. And whatever you're doing, have a happy and blessed Easter, and don't go too heavy on the chocolate eggs. No, I'm just joking. So yeah, happy Easter, and see you soon. Bye.